FX Nation, what's up, guys? Welcome back to ForexU, an advanced course. Welcome back to another video, guys, in our advanced course. And so today we're going to go ahead and what are we going to talk about today in this video? We're going to go ahead and break down the straightaway trade. Okay, so there's some key things that we need to talk about when we talk about the straightaway trade: what it is, what it isn't, how to identify it, and what needs to happen. Essentially, what are the characteristics of it, and how we can actually trade it. Okay, so let's talk about this. So let's talk about the keys to identifying the straightaway trade. Number one is you must have peak formation high or peak formation low must be present. That must be there. There is no way that you can have a straightaway trade without having a peak formation high or peak formation low present. It does not work without it. Okay? Because all it is, the major component of this is being able to identify peak formation high and peak formation low, because that's the only time that it actually happens. Okay? So second, you must have level 1 consolidation. Level 1 consolidation, guys, has to be there. Okay? It has to be there. If you don't have peak formation high or low, if you don't have level 1 consolidation or accumulation, there is no straightaway trade. Okay, so level 1 consolidation has to be there as well. So you must have peak formation low or high, and then level 1. Okay. Another thing is there is no stop hunt. Okay. They do not make stop hunt attempts during a straightaway trade. Okay. So keep that in mind. And then lastly, it starts before the London session box. So the majority, I would say 95% of the time, the straightaway trade happens before the London box. Okay, we're literally talking like, 2:30, 2:45. It's, the trade happens and it's done. Okay, so if you're not one of the ones that's up early, you might miss it, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, but if you want to be able to catch, the straightaway trade itself, then you need to be up early. So you need to basically start to identify peak formation highs and lows. So then that way, when you're getting that type 1 consolidation or the level 1 consolidation, you could be ready for it and expect it. So let's take a look at some examples of what straightaway trades are, what they look like. On this pair, pound CAD, you can see essentially we had price work all the way down to a peak formation low here. Okay, you can see a nice big W here, and then we moved essentially from this W here. If we zoom into it a little bit, you can see we moved in from that W. Basically, we caught a type 1 formation out of the London session here up, and then essentially what ended up happening is this basically creates the first level, okay, out of this peak formation low. Now what happens is out of this peak formation low and you get the first level, on the very next day a straightaway trade is possible. And what a straightaway trade is literally is when the pair actually just moves right out of the box. It doesn't stop to think about anything. It literally just moves straight up. And that's why it's called a straightaway trade. Now, a couple things. Straightaway trades are typically type 3 setups. So they typically move from the middle of the range. Okay, so that's one. Two is I've only seen him happen on level 1. And then 3, I've only also seen them off of a peak formation, high or low. Okay, so those are the big 3 things that I've noticed about these straightaway trades. Okay, so again, just a recap of what a straightaway trade is. It happens off of a peak formation high or low, and it happens basically off of level 1. All right, and it literally, as you can see here, it didn't waste any time. Right out of the box, 2-3 candles out of the box, and then it went and it's gone. And it's gone for a while. You can see, you can keep it as basically a swing trade for like a day and a half so far. Okay, so that's what a straightaway trade is. I'm going to show you another one actually on EURUSD that happened. So here's another one that happened on EURUSD, and again, same kind of scenario here. Peak formation low, and then you go right into level 1, and here's another one. Again, right out of the gate, you can see there's no hesitation, no thinking about it. It literally just goes, and it just goes on for a couple days, for at least a day, a whole day, and then half of another one. But this is another example of a straightaway trade. Again, off of the peak formation low, comes right into level 1, and then it just goes. So these trades here are going to be some very good trades to take if you can become proficient, if you can become consistent at identifying basically peak formation low. Okay, if you can identify peak formation low, these are trades that you can potentially catch. You just have to be prepared for it, because it doesn't happen at the normal timing of what we talked about, between that trading zone. It happens way before. This happens literally like 2:15, 2:30, before even the London session opens, and it just goes and it doesn't come back, and it doesn't basically allow you to get a setup from it either. So either you catch it or you don't. Here's another example on pound USD. Very same thing. Peak formation low comes into play, goes up to a level 1 consolidation, and then as you can see, type 3 setup right out of the box, like 2:30, 2:45, and it's gone for a day and a half. So here's another example here. And so these moves, they're well over 100 pips on these moves here. So if you can catch them, it's a really good swing trade to hold. But there's another example on pound USD. Here's another one on euro pound. Here's a peak formation high here as it's formed, and then here's level 1 right here, and you can see right out of level 1, it's literally 3 candles out and then straight down, and you can hold it. There you go, so far for over a day and a half. So there's another one right there. Again, just a reminder, guys. So peak formation high or low, level 1 consolidation. Okay, and it literally happens right out of the box. Does it happen all the time? No, it does not happen all the time. All right, but if you can identify peak formation high or low, and just watch and be patient and just watch that first level, there could be a setup there for a straightaway trade. Okay, so those are straightaway trades, guys. Those are some examples of what they look like. Again, peak formation high or low, type 3 setup right out of the box, between I would say 2 to 2:45 is the setup time, and they don't leave room for anything else, because when they go, they just go. They don't come back. So here's one here. You have peak formation low right here. You see we go up. We have level 1 consolidation, and then boom, you literally see 215, 230, 245 pins to the 200 here, and then it just takes off. Like you see, there's no stop hunt. There's no pattern with this, guys. There's no type 1, type 2, type 3 pattern. It literally just goes. It is all in the behavior of what is going on in the market conditions. It is literally all in the behavior, guys. I cannot stress that enough. It is literally all in the behavior. So you see peak formation low here. You see them again come out starting of the week. And look, consolidation. And then literally, boom, it goes straight up. This creates basically what on, this is Sunday, Monday. So this creates the false move Sunday, Monday. You see that? So this is a straightaway trade. Here's another one. This one here, same thing. Peak formation low here. You can see this was the beginning of the week down here. We create the low of the week on Tuesday. And then boom, we go up one level. Consolidation. 2:45, 3 o'clock right here. Boom. This one again tags the 200 and straight up. Look at that. Well over 100 pip move. Well under, over 100 pip move on that one. So peak formation low here, level 1 consolidation here, and then boom, it just explodes out of the box. This one here, we have again peak formation low is identified here. We go up. Here is our level 1 consolidation. This one actually looks like a type 3 setup almost. But you can see basically from 2 o'clock here, that 2 o'clock candle, 2 o'clock, 2:15, and it just literally reverses and goes straight up. So again, happened before the US box, or the London box even was created. The move was like literally done. If you were on this time, you would probably, let's say, been waiting for like a type 2 setup to happen or something and bounce off of this 800, and it just kept going the whole way. Okay. Here's another one. Peak formation high is all throughout this area here. You can see it drops down, creates a level here, and then boom, literally right here, just straight drops. You don't even get, this drops right here, right at, before even the Asian box basically is over. You can see it literally just straight drops. Pins to the 200 and the 50, and then it just drops. Okay. So I mean, again, if you were paying attention to it, might have been like literally, your entry would have been probably down here or something like that, maybe, if you're fast enough to catch it. But you can see it's just literally a straight drop, and it just keeps going. This one here, peak formation high is up here, goes down to level 1. Okay, and you can see literally 1, 2, 3, boom, and it drops. If you missed this part here, you would have had an opportunity to catch a continuation trade during the US Open, and then boom, drop again. But you can see it's literally just a straight drop. Again, this one happened on Monday, so Sunday, Monday, false move. Okay, So literally, that's very, the straightaway trade, honestly, it's very simple to understand. It basically, all it is just a straight shot trade that happens out of level 1 consolidation when you have a peak formation low that just happened, literally. Okay, all it is just a setup that market makers use to just move the market right away and get away from that peak formation low or peak formation high as soon as possible. Okay, that's literally all that it is. Remember that you must have peak formation high, peak formation low identified, and it must be good. Level 1 consolidation follows right after it, and literally, as you saw in every one of these examples, that you have, it's most of the time it's pinning to something, pinning to the 50, pinning to the 200, pinning to the 800, whatever, right? But you can see in all these examples, it's pinning to something. It happens before the London box. So it's something that you basically would need to prepare for beforehand. Okay? So you can see from all these different examples that it happens fast, and it happens, in a formation where you would want to be able to basically identify the peak formation high and the peak formation low, and just this is something that you basically would be ready for it. Typically, the way that you'd want this to happen is peak formation high, and then the next day is level 1 consolidation, as you saw in these examples. The very next day was level 1 consolidation, and then boom, you had this straightaway trade happen right away. Okay, so timing after level 1 consolidation. Also, this, as you can see, this typically has a pullback to the 13 or 50, like we just talked about. Also, this type of trade formation, this type of a straightaway trade, does become in line with a lot of technicals from retail traders. Okay, so a lot of times this type of formation is in line again with how the retail traders see the technicals. Okay, so it's another giveaway of when it's happening. Okay, but the biggest keys is, again, peak formation high, peak formation low, next day level 1 consolidation, and boom. All right, so you have to be aware of what it looks like, and it may take some time for you to see it and understand it. But believe me, once you spot a peak formation high or low, that next day, if you see that level 1 consolidation, you are literally just waiting for it to happen. Okay, you're literally itching to get into that trade because you're very confident in seeing it happen. Like, trust me, once you see it once and you catch it once, you're like, holy crap, like I can see it now. It's like a light bulb going off. Okay. All right, guys, I know this video is kind of short, but it's literally very simple to understand. And I hope that this video has brought you some value in trying to understand what the straightaway trade is all about. All right, guys, until next time and until the next video, guys, take care.